Hello and welcome to this new episode of Coming Home, live after semester at sea. My name is Viviana Premazzi and I was Intercultural Communications Specialist for Voyage 134. Together with me, there is Emma DeCaro, ASL Interpreter. And today we have a very special guest from our student community, someone who contributed a lot on our voyage, and you will hear soon from her what SAS was for her, and maybe also like the many ways she was a real life protagonist of the voyage, probably for herself, but also for the community and how we benefit from it. So welcome, Elena. Welcome to our project.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining. So my first question is actually if you can introduce yourself and like who are you, where do you live, or anything that you want to share about yourself.
Oh, wonderful. My name is Elena Kaplan. I sailed on Voyage 134, so fall 2024, and I'm a professional writing major with a minor in music business, and I'm from New York State, mainly upstate New York.
Perfect. So for the people that maybe they are watching this and they were not part of our voyage and they don't have idea about semester at sea, can you explain in your own words what semester at sea, and then maybe if you also want to add what was for you?
So semester at sea is as said in the title, it's a semester normally for people in college. That's what the main demographic, where you travel the world in I won't say a cruise ship, but it's basically a ship, and you get to live and take classes on the ship. And once you get in country, that's basically your field study, where you get to explore and make observations for yourself. And I feel like the most educational part was being in port. I learned a lot on the ship, but connecting that to what I learned on the ship was very helpful when I was in country. I could make a lot of connections even between the countries, thinking, oh, this is what I learned interculturally. This is what I learned about this country. This is the same as this. So that's basically what it was for me. It was a way to gain some perspective because the world is bigger than the United States. The United States is a big place. Obviously, you travel all around the US, which is great, or your home country, but there's life outside of the United States. And it was very interesting to gain that perspective.
Thank you. And I think that's a very important point because sometimes people ask, but was it really a study abroad experience? Is it really a study abroad experience? And actually, there are many ways in which it is. Like one is like the boat itself, like the ship itself, that is actually already a microcosm of diversity and people from different like state of the United States and then like countries around the world. But then there is the experience when we go into port and we really try to use what we learn on the ship and apply import and use like the tools to better understand what's going on in our interaction in port. So thank you for also making this very even more clear and explicit. So then we disembarked in Bangkok, and it was December. It was like almost Christmas, and now like a few months have passed. What do you miss the most about semester at sea?
Oh, I miss I mean I love my friends at my college, but I miss having like-minded travelers around me all the time, like-minded people who are willing to explore, get a little time outside of their home countries just to see the world. I miss having that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. And tell us one of your favorite memories. I know it's difficult maybe to pick one, so you can also use more than one.
I personally, on the ship, I loved doing the Sea Olympics, even though we were the runner-ups, we were second place. The Arabian Sea still had a lot of spirit, and my resident director ensured that we all basically had all of that spirit and we were enthusiastic, and that's what I loved. I loved doing it for my RD, but also doing it for us and being able to just I won't say I didn't interact with people in my sea before, but I feel like the Sea Olympics did bring more people from within the seas together because while they are residence halls, they're also a community. I felt like I could go to them afterward for help. I could borrow stuff. Sometimes I borrowed a straightening iron one time. I just feel like it's just such a community, and the Sea Olympics made that more clear.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think we've been hearing this. There are some very special social events that really help the people to feel more of a community. Again, for the people that they don't have idea about semester at sea, can you explain a little bit what are the Sea Olympics? What are the
Oh,
seas?
yes, the Sea Olympics are there are different residence halls on the ship that are each run by a certain resident director or RD, and it's mostly students. And the Sea Olympics is a day when all four of these seas, which the residence hall each gets a sea, I was the Arabian Sea, they each come together and participate in just a field day of events, basically. There was synchronized swimming. The big battle was the spirit battle. You needed to show all of your team spirit, come up with chants. And we nominated two captains. It was basically body elected, like we all voted on it, and they represented us and helped lead us to what was hopefully victory.
Yeah. And also for the faculty that are maybe watching or future faculty, even faculty has their own Cs and they are competing, and it was the Aegean Sea. We didn't actually score quite well, but it was a lot of fun.
Their lip sync was the best.
Yeah, it was really amazing. And so then we came back, and also one of the reasons we're doing this, it's called coming home, like life after semester at sea, is because we know for some people maybe it was like easy or easier. Some other people had some struggle. We know also, like we mentioned before on the ship, that there could have been some struggle coming back. How was for you, Elena?
Well, besides all of the jet lag and the time changes, there were also other struggles, such as just adjusting to normal school life again. I mean, I was only taking 12 college credits on the ship, and now academically I'm taking 16. I was originally taking 19, so just readjusting to the normal, or what's deemed the normal credit load in college, as well as just getting used to this environment again has been incredibly difficult. For I was in the warm climate for basically all the fall semester for me, and I came back and it was frigid. It's still snowing here. Just getting used to that, getting used to the not the new, but the weather that I thought I was used to all my life, but I need to readjust basically.
Yeah, and that's important. Sometimes people do not consider, but like climate and food are actually two things that we have to adapt and we have to readjust also, and sometimes it's not easy. So thank you also for this. And now that a few months have passed, do you think there is any strategy that you think you have put in place to cope with, or any resource that you feel to share with our community?
I personally relied on The issue is there are people, and it's not anyone's fault, but I have friends who have just never left the country. Not their fault, just not what they want to do. And so it's harder to share such experiences. So I find that it's reminiscing with, I'm still in very close contact with my roommate and a few other people, just talking about it there. A few people have asked me about just to share pictures and stories, so that has been incredibly helpful. Also, I'm getting involved with Semester at Sea after the voyage. I signed up to be a global ambassador. I'm a study abroad ambassador for my school now. So just coping by finding ways to share my stories and also trying to travel more. I signed up for another study abroad opportunity this summer, and I'm going to Cuba with my school. So
Oh.
just finding more ways to get out there has also helped me.
Amazing. I think like in just a couple of minutes, you already share many strategies, like keep in touch with people, keep, if you want, like still be involved with semester at sea or study abroad, book your new travel or trip or study abroad experience, showing people how it was, like in any case, like pictures and stories for what they can understand. And I'm glad that you mentioned like it's not their fault, because sometimes again, and we also mentioned this, when you are readjusting, you are kind of blaming the country where you are readjusting or the people, but it's not their fault. It's like you change or you decided to have some experiences, and so you have the one who has kind of the responsibility for this change and also for adjusting and readjusting. Thank you so much, Elena. So I'm glad, and I will follow your next adventures. We will all follow. Thank you again for sharing. I wish you all the best, and thank you everyone for watching this episode. See you next time.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.